Úgyhogy most itt az ideje. Minden hangot kivettem, úgyhogy elméletileg a YouTube se fogja lenyomni. Aztán majd kiderül. De vagyok. Ha van kedves sétálni, akkor viszont lemegyek úgy, hogy akkor egyik föl. Nem? Jó, oké, rendben. Na, csak ezért hívtalak. Hát akkor 3-kor elindulok. Ja, jó van, oké. Na, halé. Na, itt is vagyok, bocs. Szóval, let's go hit!
The 2K Sports pregame
Szia,
show.
Hello and welcome everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sport. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, they've been on top of their game from the opening tip of the new season. Each time out, they seem to be refining their approach and getting more confident as a unit. They've got to feel good about how things are starting to take shape. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basket.
It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. This is the last stop for the Raptors before returning to Toronto.
You know, like you were saying, the trade has the team buzzing. I mean, they're on fire. You can already see it in the warm-up, how loose and confident they look out there.
You know, and also gives players a huge boost knowing that
the
guys running this team, the owner, the front office, they also are committed to winning. And so that, in and of itself, I believe far more confidence to go out there and compete.
On at the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Raptors. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Jamari Carroll is out there with Scola. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's DeRozan, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando.
I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area.
Justice
really
is the
doesn't have any
boss.
weaknesses either. I
Azért
think
azt
he's been one of the most small
nem.
forwards over the past decade in the league.
Now here is Lowry. Justice Winslow missing his last shot. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
Toronto, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Outside Lowry. Pass to DeRozan. Screened by Valanciunas. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Whiteside, a screen on Lowry. Rockets the pass to Whiteside. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And DeRozan, here we go. Carroll, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. Carroll's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Dragic kicks to Dang. Out to the right wing. From 15 feet away, Dragic gets it to go on the assist by Wade.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Toronto, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Lowry against Dragic. Fires the three. The shot by Lowry, no good. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Good shot.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts. And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of last. A great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while. It really helped carry this team.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Now here's Winslow. His last outing, he had 8 points. Got a piece of it. Greg, you know, I remember that stretch with Wade you're talking about. It seems like he finally now feels healthy, Clark, and it shows.
Wade himself said, Kevin, it was the best he felt in a couple of years. Health is such a big factor for him, given how he plays and selectively now likes to attack the rim.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Here is Whiteside. After the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Nice lead from Valanciunas.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Carroll. And it's Lowry penetrating. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
The Raptors making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Wade kicks to Whiteside. The dish to Winslow. Whiteside a screen. Winslow the pass to Wade. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. Miami no good on that time either.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
No good from Valanciunas. The Heat with the lead. Here's Wade. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
That gives them the lead.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Winslow. Richardson is checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Goran Dragic.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react and alter the shot.
Greg, I don't think there was any doubt about it. His defense threw him off on that shot.
It's deflected and stolen by Pekovic. On up the court. And he can't stop this drop on another miss. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. And Joseph kicks to low. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Now here's Dang. His last outing, he had 8 points. Right side Lowry. There's 1:54 left to play here in the first, and Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Loss against Dang. Johnson the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Right wing. Oh, that's blocked. In transition, here comes Miami. Richardson's running. Dang can't
De
get it to
legalább
go.
egy skibaszott zicser dobjunk már, de hát ezt nem hiszem elbaszni
And the Miami
meg.
Heat have finished in the top 2
Fossil
spots or
ass.
better. In each of the years the big three were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Now here's Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pearson. Miami no good on that time either.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you,
Yeah,
Greg,
for the
that's
Benson.
one he should have knocked down.
Here's Ross. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25 and 27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. Richardson, that's a
That's a
two-pointer.
good deal,
There's the
that's
jumper from the corner and nails it. Richardson's got his first bucket in this one. Lowry with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Cross, that's good.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Now here's Dang. Johnson up top. He's guarded by Johnson. Richardson. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Richardson's got his second bucket of the game to go. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the Magic in Orlando.
And in that game, they did damage in a variety of ways. They were more or less unstoppable offensively.
They showed off all of their weapons and resources at that end of the floor. Really just put on a marvelous show.
And so it looks like the
Teraz dobra,
Raptors will
szybko
retain
blok
possession here.
Azt hittem, el is bemegy.
And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge
Az
so
meg
far.
egyszerűen nem tudok
What do you guys
zicser
think
dobni ezen
about
a
the
meccsen, nem
Raptors
is
here in this
értem.
one?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. They've got Damari Carroll out there. DeRozan out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Scola, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. A nice shot by Winslow. Now here's Joseph. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. He kicks to DeRozan. Unloads from 9. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Raptors lead by 3. And one thing about DeMar DeRozan,
Játszunk egy olyan
such
figurát,
sweet
amilyen hogy
mid-range
benne van
jump
a
shooting accuracy. It was his bread and butter in college, and Greg the same here in the pros.
And he gets tremendous lift going up, really squares himself to the rim and releases it quickly. Almost an impossible shot to defend.
And Toronto has possession. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Scola sets a screen for Carroll. To the paint, it's tipped. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Johnson outside. Wade a screen on DeRozan. Wade dishes to Whiteside. Winslow kicks to Dragic. Nice spin off the rim and in. And breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Heat.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnover.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half. They've gotten some blocks as well.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. Scola was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. So, Kevin, changes already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thank you, Doris. And Joseph kicks to Valanciunas, uses the glass to finish the layup. Valanciunas has got 6 points.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Down low. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Dragic.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passes.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come.
Amiért nem tetszik nekem ez a felállás. Nincs.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every time.
Boy, it sure seems as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Now, here's Joseph. He's guarded by Dragic. Carroll with a screen for DeRozan. And he goes in for the dunk.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Winslow, the pass to Johnson. Pocket 6. A drive by Wade. Can't get it to go. And Toronto will come the other way. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
Let's go, Heat.
Now, here's Joseph. He's covered closely. Lets a floater go. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Now Dragic, the fast break opportunity.
The shot
is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Whiteside. Richardson comes in for Johnson. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for Goran Dragic. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Gambo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Luis Torres. Terrence Ross is checked in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Joseph. Toronto trailing. Lowry up top, covered by Rubio. And Lowry gets it to go.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Pekovic with a screen. And Rubio kicks to Winslow. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Luol Deng is checked in for Miami. Lowry against Rubio. 5 on the clock. With the fadeaway. Deng can't get it to go.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit to Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Richardson kicks to Deng. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's DeRozan. A huge slam, but perfect end to the fast break.
Well, that's why they're on the
Nem
lead.
Ricsi, most
Aggressive
kezdtem
play
el
at both
lájbolni
ends.
föl.
Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Dang, a screen on Lowry. Rubio dishes to Dang to stop the run.
Édes Istenem, bazd meg.
Winslow's shot is off. Raptors leading by 7. Throws it up high. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Dang. Oh, here we go. Rubio's got it on the fast break chance. And the dunk by Winslow.
Hey, guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up.
Bazd meg, és megugrasztom.
Biombo. That's good.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
And when you're shooting like this, you should be winning. They're scoring with tremendous efficiency.
Nem tudok vele most mit csinálni, most mással streamelek, Nikó.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
Dang kicks to Richardson. Good on the triple. Richardson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Feeds to DeRozan. Passes it to Lowry. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. Johnson.
Édes Isten, basszom meg téged, Dan.
1 for 1 with that shot.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And stolen by Biombo. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now Ross. He's got 6. And the shot.
Tessék, Nikó, lejjebb veszem.
Counts, he's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there. Getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Most jobb,
Raptors have
Nikó.
gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Begovic attacking. Biombo with the rebound.
Bazd meg, egy kibaszott zicsert nem tudok dobni. A picsa van ezzel a faszom játékkal.
Kevin, I'm here with...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. And that's going to do it for now as this...
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
We saw some good action from DeRozan. 10 points and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they are going to be dangerous.
Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Dang out there with Winslow. And it's Whiteside in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
Már szerintem rohadt régen nem játszottam ezzel a játékkal. De hát vezetett a vége a lényeg, nem?
But sometimes he would create for others too. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the 2. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Down low. Here,
Persze, de jó van, oké. Hülye fasz.
Continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
And, you know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014, was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
Back to Lowry. The feed to Scola. Pulls up on the elbow. And Winslow pulls it down.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Missed inside.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Wade.
Azt meg nem fújod le, bazd meg. Gratulálok neked.
Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Lowry against Dragic. Screen by Scola. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound in this one.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. And Toronto also making a switch. Corey Joseph's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Joseph dishes to Valanciunas. From 12 feet out. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Valanciunas has got 5 points in the quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And guys, right now the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those.
Itt meccsen nem jó elbújni.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
De legalább esélybe, bazd meg.
2 chances at the free throw line here.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally
broadcast
games in the U.S. Like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that, so you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it, but credit, you know, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over, but with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon, but you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
And, you know, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Lowry kicks to Carroll. Back to Lowry. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Lowry against Dragic. Johnson to screen. And there's the 3-second violation.
És bazd meg, bennmaradt a Whiteside támadó 3 másodperc. Hát ezt nem hiszem el.
averaged about 11 points a game last season, 10 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, he definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Richardson kicks to Pekovic. Johnson inside. Carroll covering.
Szedd már össze ezt a kibaszott lepattanót, édes Istenem.
And really, they showed up in force, even as the Heat fell to the back of the pack. The Heat only 20 and 21 last year at American Airlines Arena, but the fans love them all the same. Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
Johnson, he's checked in for Toronto. Wade with it. Lowry picks him up. Pass to Pekovic. Good ball movement here by Miami. Just 5 to shoot. A slam dunk by Richardson.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Johnson the screen. Kicks it to Joseph. Now the pass to Ross. And again, Toronto with a triple.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to.
Ez megint mi a faszom volt.
Shot by Joseph, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
And it's good. Walk through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. It's going to be Wade shooting. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. Ricky Rubio checked in for Goran Dragic. Biyombo is checked in for the Raptors. Well, one thing that you can always say about Dwayne Wade is that he is at his best when the game is on the line. He truly lives for the big moments.
He does, and Wade has been in so many of those big moments over the course of his career. 5 trips to the NBA Finals, and he really does thrive under pressure.
Lowry passes to Joseph. He dishes it to Ross. 1:57 left in the
third quarter.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Wade dishes to Johnson.
Nem jó, bazd meg.
Shot's good after
Szegény még Martin.
Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter. We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. Ross against Wade. Ross passes to Biyombo. Can't connect from short range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Richardson kicks to Pekovic. Johnson dishes to Rubio. Wade sets the pick for Rubio. Pass to Pekovic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Richardson.
De miért nem mész be zicserre, bazd meg? De tényleg, mi a faszért nem mész be? Szias, Toxic.
And here's Lowry. 13 points in the game. Here's Biyombo. Pekovic with the rebound. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. It's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains.
Bazd meg.
Risky pass in a situation like that.
Majd megnézem.
That wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
The Heat making a switch here. Deng's checked in. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Toronto. And taken away by Johnson. Dishes to Joseph. He feeds it to Johnson. He kicks to Ross. 6 on the shot clock. The dish to DeRozan. Off target from 3-point range. Rubio outside. And the foul called on Terrence Ross.
Köszi, Ricsi.
The defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's Whiteside, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. He's getting his first free throw attempt right now.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line.
Can't hit. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Raptors lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. So for Toronto right now.
Hát majd kiderül, hogy vissza tudom elhozni. Most valamiért nem érzem ezeket a kosarakat. De legalább Whiteside bemutatta legelső blokkját. És az Itzer is bement.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Carroll gets to DeRozan. Fades back.
És bazd meg, DeRozannak beesik.
And the Raptors lead by 5.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has
No,
only
nem
picked
más
up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to this team. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Baszd meg!
Csába. DeRozan in the corner.
Az benne is van.
And it falls over the rim and in. Now it's a 7-point Toronto lead. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Legalább eszébe ilyenkor, hát. Könyörülj már meg rajtam, légy szíves, ha ilyen béna vagyok.
Take a look at what Hassan Whiteside's done. 8 rebounds, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
Wade, he's checked in for Richardson. And the Raptors also making a change. Lowry's checked in. Screened by Valanciunas. Passes to Carroll. DeRozan on the wing. And another basket.
Na jó.
For Toronto.
A lot of space right there to get that.
Ez a baj, nincs 3 pontos dobom. Szia, te István.
Dang attacking. Winslow wide open. He fires. Miami no good on that time either. Raptors leading by 7. Outside DeRozan. Screen by Scola. And it sounds the Heat will take it the other way.
Raw player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
The Heat making a switch here. Rubio's checked in. Down low. Right side kicks to Winslow. Outside Dang. They set the screen. 5 on the clock. Miami needs to get a shot off. Here's Whiteside. Miami no good on that time either.
Mit csinálok, srácok? Itt aki most játszik először ezzel a kurva játékkal.
Back to Lowry. Takes a 3. And that one's good. And it's a 10-point Raptor lead.
Faszom.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Feeds it to Dang. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Dang, a screen on Carroll. Winslow kicks to Dang for three, and that one's good.
Muszáj kijönnem 3 pontosra, basszus, mert nem ki fogok kapni. Jó.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Mi? Mert Cségó képe nem is Cségó. Nem a Cségó képe, az oldalomnak ugye az a háttere. Azért hozza ki ezt. De hát ott a leírásban, hogy MB2K16. Let's go Heat.
In the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He went over the offensive plan, and that hinges on running through
Nem lehet mindig cségozni, srácok. Így is nagyon hamar fölrántom magam rajta, hogy egy kicsit szüneteltetni kell.
Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris. As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And Toronto has possession. They've held a 12-point lead early. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Valanciunas, and it's Miami with the rebound.
De ne baszd meg! Ne!
Got rebound number 8 now on the night. The Heat trail by 7. Wade outside. Now the feed to Whiteside. Pass to Winslow to the left side wing. Here's Dang. Excellent D there.
Sima zicsert, bazd meg, nem. Egyszerűen sima zicsert nem tud bedobni ez a faszopó.
Screen by Valanciunas. It's Scola with the drive.
Lefújod.
A very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career. Then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Hát srácok, kikaptam, nem baj. Első meccsen nem rossz az, hogy legalább dobtam pontot.
Eight on the wing. DeRozan defending. It's tipped. Winslow with it. Baseline J on the way. Jump shot is good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Banked in off the glass. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Wade. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nice numbers from D. Wade. 19 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today. Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Right side Lowry. And it's Dragic with the foul.
Gratulálok, bazd meg, ez meg édes Istenem. Hát valami félelmetesen szarul játszok.
DeRozan against Wade. It's DeRozan with the drive. And now it's an 11-point Toronto lead.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effective.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Richardson, he's checked in for Miami. Wade with it, now guarded by DeRozan. Richardson the pass to Dragic.
Nekik ez a máron pontosokat dobni, bazd meg, de ezzel a csapata nem lehet. A védekezésünk ilyen pocsék, amilyen ezen a meccsen, akkor így kapok ütek egyszerűen. Véddel meg nem dobok be egy hármassal.
The Raptors have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. It's Dragic with the foul.
Ez is minek faltol? Nem is nyomom meg azt a gombot, srácok. Édes viszont.
Dishes to Valanciunas, and he stops it. What a pass to set him up.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
1:21 left here in the fourth quarter. Dragic kicks to Wade. Takes the 13-footer. It's Wade again missing.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish. And really, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Raptors.
And the big difference here was accuracy behind the three-point line, Clark.
Well, they started spraying them from deep, and then it spread out the
defense,
and they had all the looks they wanted.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early. You're going to be seeing them that often.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance.
Inkább elmegyek Rainbow Six Siege-ezni.
Defensively, offensively, the effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Excellent game we've seen from Luis Scola. 9 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll, and it's Joseph in for DeMar DeRozan.
Na srácok, hát az NBA-ből ma ennyi volt már, hát most nagyon nem megy a játék. Meg most ugye Rainbow Six Siege-ezni van kedvem, úgyhogy elmegyek Siege-ezni. Mit szóltok hozzá? Természetesen azt itt fogjuk közvetíteni, úgyhogy lassan találkozunk a Siege-ben. Addig is, szevasztok!